The negative impact of pollution from conventional fuels has led car manufacturers to explore clean energy alternatives. As we shift toward renewable energy, hydrogen stands out as a potential replacement for fossil fuel, paving the way for a more sustainable future in transportation. Fuel cells are now seen as a highly efficient, zero-emission solution, offering greater energy density than traditional technologies. Fuel cell electric vehicles powered by hydrogen emit only water vapor, making them a cleaner choice than battery electric vehicles.
Fuel cell electric vehicles, or FCVs, are a type of electric vehicle that uses oxygen and hydrogen to generate the necessary electricity through a fuel cell. But how does it work? Hydrogen is stored in a fuel tank passing by a fuel filter and then fed into the fuel cell stack, where it combines with oxygen coming from the thermal system. The electricity generated goes through a DC-DC converter to ramp up the voltage, to then being used in the electric motor, which drives the wheels. Excess energy from the fuel cell and generated from braking is stored in the main battery pack. Finally, we have an auxiliary battery that supports vehicle electronics, while the power controller and transmission ensures smooth operation. The fuel cell uses reverse electrolysis to produce electricity. Hydrogen enters the anode, splitting into protons and electrons. The electrons flow to an external circuit, powering the motor, while the protons cross the membrane. At the cathode, they recombine with the electrons and oxygen, producing water as the only byproduct. Finally, refueling hydrogen is quick, just like at a gas station, and SUVs offer the same range as combustion engine cars, but with zero emissions.
Recent advancements have rendered this choice more appealing, despite lingering obstacles that need to be addressed. The fuel cell's performance declines when exposed to frequent startup and shutdown cycles during operation, so you might want to consider driving this car in Lisbon. Thermal, water, and power control are critical to optimal vehicle operation, and this is an area of ongoing development. Improvements in catalysts, membrane materials, and flow field designs are also being made to improve the durability and performance of the fuel cell. Safety regarding hydrogen storage is also a concern, due to hydrogen's flammability and reactiveness. However, this is a problem solved with safety standards, regulations, and public awareness. We cannot forget that this is a new technology, and therefore the costs are still quite high. Producing an FCEV is still more expensive than an ICE vehicle and even a battery electrical vehicle. The costs of producing green hydrogen are still very high compared with other fuels, but as governments, energy companies, and researchers join their efforts in this technology, the costs will gradually go down until it becomes competitive with other vehicles. When that point is reached, the competition between battery electrical vehicles will be balanced and will become a question of driving range and personal taste.
So you are probably hearing all this and thinking mostly about cars. And yeah, it makes sense. Passenger vehicles dominate the market with 42% of FCEVs. But did you know trucks account for 23% and buses for 7%? But where is all this innovation happening? Toyota is a major player in the field. Its Mirai model holds 50% of global FCEV sales with a range of 800 kilometers, a 5-minute refueling time, and 182 horsepower. Honda is also in the game with a Clarity. In South Korea, Hyundai's Nexo ranks second in total sales, boasting a 600-kilometer range, a 161 horsepower, and the same refueling time. Though not every country has FCEV on the road yet, many are developing and advancing this technology. China, for example, is stepping up, with companies like BYD, Ipson and Geely aiming to lead globally hydrogen technology in the future. In Europe, BMW plans to launch its first FCEV by 2028, and Toyota will be part of it, developing advanced fuel cells.
Fuel cell technology isn't yet meeting all our needs, but as you've even seen, advancements in technology and refueling infrastructure are driving market growth. The future is full of possibilities. As we move toward a greener landscape, clean and sustainable vehicles will become more and more common. Who knows, we may even find ourselves behind the wheel of one of these amazing cars.